This is what I've been waiting for. Elaine Harris, hold on. Let me give you the, let me give you control to undo your screen, make host, change host. Yay! Elaine, how are you?
Hey, MK, I'm doing good.
Yes, awesome. This is great. I love it. So, Elaine, I've been waiting to have you on because, oh, there you are. I've been waiting to have you on because I see you posting all the time about how you are a forensic scientist and how you went full-time in network marketing and replaced your income. But first, do you have any testimonials about your team and Zents or Bill Genius or iGo or anything?
I have testimonials about all the above.
Oh, good.
First things first, I'll talk about my team. They're actually really starting to ramp up their activity. So that makes me happy, of course. They've been calling more. They've been setting up activity. I have a team out in North Carolina, Mr. Jason Hodge and Miss Janet Shambly. They've been doing Bill Genius webinars like 3 times a week, and they have guests on. So they're getting customers. I have someone else in Louisiana who said, hey, what's this Bill Genius stuff? And so then we conversed, and then I explained it to her. So now she's been doing Bill Genius webinars and been getting customers. They've been with me for a while, but the new stuff that we just added to the crib has been waking people up. So that's always exciting to have people that's been with you for a while say, hey, I noticed something going on. I noticed something different in our chats. What is this? So then it's like having a new business partner, because the people that have been with you previously, they're starting to chime in and plug in as well, in addition to adding new partners. So the team has been doing great. We had a couple of people rank up to director. I have someone in active duty military who's out in, she's in Iran, and she hit director her first week in the business out of the country. So,
wow.
So that was amazing. I'm actually wearing my Zents now. I put in a eucalyptus right before the meeting. I'm like, I need to smell something while I'm doing this. So that's been awesome. The iGo, I think I used that for, it was some hotel stay I used back in, I think it was for when we went to Houston. I used it for that. I saved about $56. And then my personal Bill Genius testimony has been, I saved $260. I just uploaded 3 more bills into Bill Genius because I never want to pay full price for anything.
Me too. Don't pay full price. It's overrated. So, you know, here's one thing that, and so congratulations to you and all your success and your team's success. I love your background. Where do I get that background? So yeah, you're trying to like do it, right? This is you. This is Diamond. Yeah. So you're going for it. So listen, Elaine. So tell me about your journey in network marketing, and tell me first, you know, because this is where we find out. Just people connect with people, not because they're in network marketing. You know, you've hit the level of Sapphire. That's the first leadership level. And some people see Sapphire as maybe really hard to get to. So tell us a little bit about your background, where you started in your career, and then as you went through your career, how you transitioned over to network marketing. People want to hear these things, and definitely they can relate.
That's actually an excellent question, MK. I love the way you phrased it with what was the journey and how did I make my transition into network marketing. So for those of you who don't know, I have a bachelor's degree in biology with a minor in chemistry. So that allowed me to work as an with the Illinois State Police. So the way it worked is once I knew that I was about to graduate college, I was working at Walgreens in the pharmacy as a pharmacy technician. So my background is in science, is very heavy in science and pharmacology. So I was able to matriculate from pharmacy technician to evidence technician. So I actually started out as an evidence technician, but I had already actually applied for the position of forensic scientist, but I accepted the position for evidence technician just to get my foot in the door. So that gave me a foot up. And then I think I had worked there for like 2-3 months. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to be an evidence technician. I want to be a forensic scientist. And I've already put my application in. So then they were like, well, I'll pull your application then. We're actually about to start interviewing for forensic scientists. So I got into the training program. And they, you know, I passed everything. You had to pass with at least 80% or higher or you lose your job. No pressure, right? So I passed all of the instrumentation, the identifying the different narcotics and things like that. And things were going great. I had finally accomplished what I thought was going to be good. I finally accomplished it. I was graduated. I managed to graduate college debt free because I went to a university that we could afford to pay for out of pocket. I got promoted to forensic scientist, but then I started getting picked on, Mr. Kithcart. I started getting picked on and bullied at work. And it all happened from one incident where they found out that they couldn't talk to me any kind of way. So because they couldn't talk to me any kind of way from that point on, they started picking on me and bullying me and building a case against me for, what do they call it? Disciplinary action, like when you're on the fast track to them trying to build a case from you to get you fired. Now, mind you, at the time, this was my only source of income. So when I heard about network marketing, I didn't really think much of it. I just looked at it as a way to get discounts on my travel and to get savings on my taxes, because I was making 6 figures with the state, but I had a tax issue because as a single woman with no children and a 6-figure income in America, yeah, they love to take in taxes off of me. So this business and this industry, it not only helped me save on my taxes, but the thing that really got my attention and that got me in it for the long haul was the team atmosphere that I had under the leadership of Mr. David Guilty. So he had a team atmosphere of, he called it, do your job, but work your business. So he never told me to quit my job. He told me to stay with it as long as I could, but he also helped me make the mental shift between being an employee over to entrepreneurship. So from working with him for 2.5 years, that is how I was able to match my income that I was getting from the state. And I was working part-time. I was working the business part-time and was able to, working the business part-time for 2.5 years allowed me to match my income with the state. That took me a 4-year degree and 10 years on the job. So once that happened, once I seen that the EEOC didn't care about my harassment claims, upper management didn't care about my harassment claims, nobody cared about my harassment claims, even though we have an AFSCME union, they didn't care. They said, Elaine, it sounds like you're being targeted. I said, I know. What can you do to help me? Nobody could help me except for Mr. David Guilty. So he had the solution for me with helping me match my income and then smoothly transitioning into full-fledged entrepreneurship. So that is why I do have a lot of loyalty to Mr. Guilty, to the industry, because it's to show my appreciation that even though you can have the fancy job title, you can have the degree, but you still need a plan B just in case your job don't like you as much as you like it.
I'm muted.
Okay.
So you know what? You said a whole lot there, and there was a whole lot going on. So here's what I got from that. You were really just wanting to be a forensic scientist. You got there, and then it wasn't what you really thought it was.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah, and so then you met Mr. Guilty, Emerald Ambassador,
yes,
and Ibuumerang, and Mr. Guilty supported you in that transition.
Mm-hmm.
And it took you 2.5 years. Okay.
Yes.
So we just, we talk to people and we say, hey, 18 months, make a commitment for 18 months. But for you, it took a little longer, right?
Yes. Working it part-time.
Part-time. That's right. And so I implore everybody on this call, listen to that. It took her 2.5 years, part-time effort for a full-time income. And it happened for her. So Elaine, congratulations to you. Congratulations to you and your team and the team that you're growing. And again, I see that you're aspiring to be a diamond from that background. So again, oh, and the other thing that you said, Ibuumerang and being an entrepreneur allows you to have tax benefits that most people don't get access to. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit more about that. What things can you write off in your business?
Well, I can write off quite a bit of things, especially with us having, even though we're not a travel company, we do have a foundation of travel within our crib. So I'm able to write my vacations off. And I'm actually gonna see if I can turn my background off for just a second. So you can see some of my travel expenditures. I have a whole wall here. I went to over 6 continents within the time of being in the industry, and I've went to over 30 countries. So I'm actually able to write that off on my taxes. And one of the things about that, when people say, oh, well, if you were able to write stuff off from your business, then that means you were losing money. And that's not necessarily true, because when I got in, I love correcting people on that, because they're quick to say that we're losing money if we could write something off. But I lived my life exactly the way I was living it as an employee, except with a 1099 income, I'm able to write my lifestyle off on my taxes. I'm able to write off my electricity. I'm able to write off my gas bill. I'm able to write off driving around from town to town during good parties. I'm able to write off my Zoom bill. Yeah. I'm able to write off, all of my travel. So because on average, before Corona and everything, I was traveling at least 14 times a year, because I don't have a job to come back to. And I don't have to worry about running out of PTO. So I've traveled quite a bit. So it was basically the airline tickets adding up, the excursions adding up, and everything else adding up. So like this one here, this is actually me in Santorini. I spent my birthday last year in Greece, and the year before that I went to Thailand. Nice. And I stayed over there for 2 weeks. So that's my tax deduction. So
you've said something really important here. It's not about losing money. It's lowering your tax base, your taxable income. That's exactly what this affords you. And that's what entrepreneurs do. So bottom line is there are lots and lots of tax write-offs that you can take advantage of, that other people, that employees cannot take advantage of. Myself, I always have, a side business, a side hustle. So I'm writing things off as well. So I've got some questions. Here we go. What do we have here? Darren asks, what was the key to finding like-minded individuals to build your team?
So that's a great question, Darren. You definitely want to work on target audience. You want to have a target audience. One of the things that I did, I naturally attracted people to me with lifestyle. So this is what I would do. I would tell people about the business, but I didn't necessarily hound them about it. But then they see me going to Thailand, and then they would see me back in the States for a couple of weeks, and then they would see me going to Ghana the same year, and then a month later I would come back and then go to Iceland. And so then they was like, okay, well, she's traveling and I'm at home or I have to work. So let me see what it is that she's doing. That's one of the ways that I did it when I first got started. I'm actually doing it a little bit differently now. We all know that you can't win today's game with yesterday's home run. So I have been working to kind of just redevelop and rebrand myself. I've branched more off into educating people about network marketing, not even necessarily Ibuumerang specifically, but just network marketing as a whole, because a lot of people still don't understand what it is that we do exactly in network marketing. And then they really don't understand the concept of Ibuumerang because it's so different. We're doing something that has never been done in the industry before. So I've switched my marketing to educating people on simply what is network marketing, what is Ibuumerang, what is a crib. So I've positioned myself as an educator in addition to the lifestyle.
Nice. So let's see here. Let's see. Natural D. She said you attracted me that way. Yes. Is that on your team?
Yes, that's my teammate. She lives in Canada.
So good. So you said something. You said you can't win today's game with yesterday's home run. Woo! Speak truth. That was good. So people are wanting to do that, and they think it's the same game, but it's not. So thank you for saying that. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. How did you exit the job that didn't appreciate you?
I did.
Can you tell us how?
I actually did it via text.
Oh, you did it.
It was dirty because toward the end of me being there, Mr. Kipcart, I would literally pull up to the gate and get knots in my stomach.
Ooh.
Like I felt like I literally felt like I was going to throw up when I went in there. So I was supposed to be there at 8 a.m. I wasn't getting there until like 2:30 p.m. So that was like the last couple of months that I was there. I would just go and I would just sit on Facebook all day long, like inboxing people or just building. I'm like, I don't want to be here. I want to build my business. And it was finalized mentally already, but then physically it got finalized because I literally just could not work when I went in there. I'm like, I am totally disgusted with this place. So the money was good. And that's another thing that I would have to advise against too, is make sure you have at least a year of your salary saved up in savings, in addition to matching your income if you're thinking about leaving a job. So I had quite a bit in savings, and I had, I was already matching my income. So I knew that I could support myself with just the business, but then I also had savings available too. So you don't want to just walk off your job all willy-nilly. But I basically sent a text message and was just like, I can't do this anymore. Because they text me and they was like, where are you? I was like, I'm laying down, I'm not coming back. So that was my exit.
Laying down and I'm not coming back. All right, that's good. So, but I want to stress something here on that note as well. Is Elaine said have at least a year's worth of salary saved up. So that's a cushion, that gives you the opportunity. So again, you replaced your income, then you had a year of savings of your salary. So
it helps if you're debt free when you do it too. So if you're thinking about exiting, pay off all of your credit card bills, get out of debt first, have a year in savings, match your salary, and then you can sit at home and tell them you ain't coming back.
I love it. So Latoya Landry says, I love your energy, Lane. You are dominating this business. You can't win today's game with yesterday's home run. Latoya, that's awesome. So, hey, let's do this. Let's move over to recognition. So let me go ahead and share the screen. Oh, let me reclaim the host. Let me grab this and look at you. That's a good picture, yeah. You look at it. You look like you're having fun there. You having fun there?
You know what? That was a quick photo shoot I did for my. I make natural hair products. So that was a quick photo shoot I did to kind of be excited about my curls.
Your hair looks wonderful in that picture.